Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing fine and are taking care of yourselves. I am Kanika Tandon and I am back with the videos of Class 7th English 2nd. As your half yearly exams are over, we have resumed the online classes and YouTube classes for you. So I'm here starting our today's video with the first chapter of our second term, which is chapter number 7, the Sherpas. Starting our today's video with the first chapter of our second term, which is chapter number 7, the Sherpas. Do you know who was the first man to reach the summit of Mount Everest? It was Edmund Hillary, 1919 to 2008, and Tenzing Norgay, 1914 to 1986. Born Namgyal Wangdi, Tenzing was a Nepal Sherpa mountaineer and was often referred to as Sherpa Tenzing. He with Edmund Hillary scaled the summit on 29 May 1953. Find out more about their 1953 expedition and make a presentation. Okay, so let us read about the interesting lives of Sherpas of Nepal as recounted by an experienced journalist. Okay, so this chapter is basically about the people who are mountaineers and are also known as hikers in the mountains of Nepal. I hope you already know what is the meaning of mountaineer. So the people, those who climb mountains, as climbing mountains is like their day-to-day life. Okay, so Tenzing Norgay and Edmund Hillary, who are the two most famous people who and the first people to climb on Mount Everest. So the story, since Tenzing Norgay is also a Sherpa, so this story is about the people, the Sherpa people of Nepal, according to a journalist. This is an extract that has been adapted from the National Geographic magazine and was written by T.R. Reid. Okay. For some strange reasons, my vivid stories about walking 5 miles through the snow to get to school never seem to impress my children. So from now, I am going to tell them instead about Lakha Sherpa, a student at the high school that Sir Edmund Hillary founded in Kumjung, Nepal. Okay, so in this, the narrator of the story, or the writer of the story, which is T.R. Reid, is actually trying to express how he tells his kids that he used to walk 5 kilometers into the snow to go to the school, and they never seem to believe it. Instead, he wants to tell them the real story about the people who actually walk for 10 miles or 5 miles or 6 miles just to attend 1 or 2 classes in the school, and one of them is Sir Edmund Tenzing Norgay. Okay. Lakpa hoped to go to school and become a doctor. To ensure that he got there, the 16-year-old would walk 5 hours to school on stony mountain trails each week. In monsoon, I walk in the rain. In winter, I walk in the snow. It's always hard, but then, with the Sherpa's skill for finding the bright side, he would add, going back home is downhill, so it will take only 3 hours. So this is about Lakha Sherpa, who is actually a 16-year-old boy who lives in Nepal and goes 5 hours to school on a stony mountain just to attend the classes. He wants to become a doctor. And even if it is raining, even if it is summer, even if it is winter, even if it is snowing, he used to go to the school every week, right? And if there is rain, he will walk. If there is snow, he will walk. And just to keep himself going on, he tells to himself that going downhill is easy. It is very easy to go downhill than to go uphill. right? So it is easy to go back home, it is downhill, so it will take only 3 hours. Since he was coming to school from home, it would take him 5 hours to climb the mountain, but to go down to the mountain, it takes only 3 hours. So it was a total of 8 hours walk before going to the school and after the school. Life would have been much easier if there were a yellow school bus to take Lakpa back and forth. So it is obviously a very easy thing to get on the bus and go to the school and come back. It would cut out the time for, or it would cut out the physical exercise that they do to climb the mountains. But the fundamental fact of life for the Sherpa, an ethnic group of Buddhists living in the northeastern Nepal, is that there is no bus, no car, no bicycle, and not an inch of paved road within the 425 square miles that make up the Kumbha Valley and the Sherpa's traditional home beneath the Mount Everest. The Sherpas in Kumbha go everywhere on foot with their properties on their back or their yaks back. So this Lakpa Sherpa belonged to a community, to a group of people who used to follow Buddhism and used to live in the northeastern part of Nepal, just below the Mount Everest. According to them, the basicality of life is that there are no cars, no bikes, no buses, no trains. Nothing is there for the people who are in the Sherpa community, because all their lives they have carried their they have gone here and there with their foot only. There is nothing that they have rode themselves on. If they have to go somewhere, they will go by walking and putting everything either on their back, in a bag, or their yak's back. After arriving at the tiny airstrip in the nearby village of Lukla, you ask a Sherpa how far is it to the mountain monastery at Tangbokch. The answer is given not in distance, it is 14 miles though, but the answer is never given in the distance. They just talk to each other in days, that it will take you you will reach, if you start today, you will reach there by 4th day. Or in altitude, like it's 3,300 feet higher up, but rather in time. Tengboche, you will get there on the 4th day. It takes most people 2 days to trek to nearby market town of Namchi Bazaar, and about 6 more days to go to the Everest Base Camp. So they talk to each other in a way. Whenever they have to tell the time to which in which they will reach a place, they don't tell the kilometers, or they don't tell the miles. They just talk to each other in the way, like if you start today, you will reach there by 4th day, or you will reach there by 3rd day. So similarly, they are telling that okay, you will reach Namchi Bazaar in almost 2 days if you trek, and then 6 days to the Everest Base Camp. When a Sherpa family in Kumbu wants to build a new house, much of the structure from floorboards or congregated aluminium roofs must be carried from lowlands up to the rugged trails on somebody's back. So every material that they need to make a house, they carry it on their backs. So there is no any kind of transportation service there. Everything that they do is on their foot. Coming on to the next page. But if walking is the Sherpa's fate, it has also been their fortune. The first ascent of Mount Everest 50 years ago sparked a tourism boom that draws more than 220,000 visitors each year to hike amid the planet's tallest peak. So just because the Sherpa's fate and fortune is the reason that they walk so much, that particular place where Sherpa hike actually draws the attention of more than 20,000 visitors from all over the world. So if there are 20,000 visitors visiting that place in 1 year, you can actually understand the amount of tourism they get at their place. So those 20,000 visitors actually come to hike in the middle of the highest peak in all over the world. Strong, congenial, and adept at business, the Sherpa play a role in the tourist trade that is reviled by few indigenous people in the world. So strong and very they're very pleasant to spend time with. They are a very soft spoken people, so they are strong and they are pleasant to spend time, and they are very skilled at business. So these Sherpas actually play a very important role in making the tourists stay at their place and telling about that place to other part of the world. They serve not only as high altitude porters from mountaineers, but also as guides for large number of trekkers who explore the region by hiking at altitudes under 18,000 feet without any technical equipments. So they are just not the mountaineers or the people living there, they also act as a guide and actually guide the people how to hike, how to go there, how to, and tell everything about the history, as the tourists are there to who have come for hiking without any technical equipment. So they don't have anything that runs on electricity or anything that is very much what do you call, very modern or something. They don't have any kind of items like these. The Sherpas own most of the lodges and hotels and many of the trekking companies, playing out their lives on the world's highest stage, winning friends with their warm smiles and calm competence. The mountain climbing Sherpas have become quite famous just because of the way they present themselves. They have become a very important and very famous kind of people in the whole of Nepal and other parts of the world. Some scientists believe that Sherpas may be blessed with genetics features that help them thrive 2 miles or more above sea level. Their lifelong adaptation to low oxygen condition makes it easier for them to survive in the thin Himalayan air. They breathe faster and thus can take in more air per minute than the lowlanders. So according to the scientists and according to the surveys and the research, scientists actually thinks that the people living in the Sherpa community are actually God gifted or genetically gifted, because that is the only reason why they can walk so much and also can breathe in the Himalayan air, because that air is actually very tough to breathe. So they, according to the scientists, they are actually genetically gifted, and according to the scientist, they can take they can breathe faster than the people who don't live there, who are just the tourists. If we compare both of them, the tourists and the Sherpas can actually breathe faster than the people, those who have come from the lowlands. On account of their reputation as climbers, the Sherpas are the best known of the 30 groups that make up the Nepalese population. The word Sherpa is so familiar that it has become a generic term for a porter or a guide. So this term is actually so famous that if there is a porter or a guide or a mountaineer, they will always be called with the name Sherpa, no matter whatever their name is. So they have made Sherpa as their title. Almost every Sherpa in the trekking business has a story about a client who turned to him and asked, "How long have you been a Sherpa?" And Sherpa isn't just an ethnic identification like other minority groups in Nepal. The Sherpa often use their ethnic name as their last name as well. So it is just not a name of a group of people, it is actually their title as their last name. Like in the starting of the chapter, we read that Tenzing Norgay was also known as Sherpa Tenzing. Alright, so they are so much dedicated to this name Sherpa that they use that particular name as their own name or the last name or surname. Today we are going to study this chapter till here. In my next video I'll be completing the chapter and the exercise of the book. So I'll see you all in my next video. Till then, take care and keep studying. You can read the chapter yourself and then try to understand if possible. Okay, I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Have a great day and keep studying.